Bobby Moe Show presented by Dollar Energy Fund and First Commonwealth Bank. Dollar Energy Fund helping our neighbors in need maintain basic utility service since 1983. Visit dollarenergy.org or text the word WARM, W-A-R-M, to 53555. That's 53555. And First Commonwealth Bank is here to help you build financial confidence throughout every moment of life. Every day, every moment of life. By supporting businesses to helping families find a house they love to call home and saving for whatever tomorrow brings. Visit a First Commonwealth office or visit fcbanking.com, member FDIC. It's the Bobby Moe Show. We're here at the UPMC Events Center on the campus of Robert Morris University, and a two-part show today. We're going to talk about lacrosse. We're going to start with the women's team first and talk to Coach Katrina Silva. She's in her 6th season here at Robert Morris University. The time flies, doesn't it?
It flies. I've been here a long time, though.
It's been fun, though, right?
It's amazing. Love this place.
And you started here before you were the head coach.
I did. I started as the assistant in 2011. I think I was the volunteer. And then 12, I was the assistant. What was it, 17? I was the head coach.
Yep.
6 years later, still doing it.
Still doing it and still doing it well, no doubt about it. I know that you just opened, or rather announced your 2023 schedule just a little while ago, a couple of weeks back. It includes 9 home games at Joe Walton Stadium as well as 9 non-conference contests. Let's talk about playing here at the Joe, what it's like, what the atmosphere is like, and coming into a brand new season.
This is the best place to play in college lacrosse, if you ask me. A lot of fields have a track around it. We don't. The fans are right on top of the benches, making a lot of noise. It's really a great environment. Now we just got to get the band out there. We get the band out there, that place is going to erupt.
Absolutely. You know, it's part of the spirit.
Let's call out
right?
for the band. Let's go.
All right, there you go. The shout out went right to the band, and the heat's on them right now. You know, obviously, Joe Walton Stadium has field turf, and it has for quite some time. Let's talk about the playing surface here as opposed to some of the other stadiums.
Yeah, most teams now play on field turf. It's probably the premier for lacrosse. Some of the southern schools will still have grass, not as popular. Maybe it's coming back, who knows. The NFL is going to change, so we'll change it back maybe. But not in Pittsburgh. We'll keep field turf. It's a great atmosphere, like I said. And we're lucky enough to have Notre Dame come here this year,
wow.
April 16th. That's going to be a big highlight on the schedule. And it's pretty impressive to get a team of that caliber to come here and play. But I've been bragging about it so long, I'm sure they'll be excited.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And let's talk about some of the other teams who are coming in.
Yeah. Well, coming in, going out, we have them all over the place. We have a MAC schedule that's a little interesting this year. It's kind of the throwback from COVID. So we have 8 MAC games out of a 7-team conference, or 9 MAC games, I guess. We played 2 teams twice. Okay. Very strange in women's lacrosse. Usually you play either everyone twice or everyone once. So that's kind of a weird scenario this year. So we'll play, of the top 4 teams, we were one of them, Central Michigan, Kent, and Youngstown. And we play Youngstown and Kent twice. So we're going to be ready for the end. We want to host.
We know the Mid-America Conference is tough in every sport. Let's talk about the competition in lacrosse in the MAC. How tough is this?
It's definitely it's a competitive conference, and it's a very physical conference, and it's fun. It's fast, but like I said, we have unique challenges this year, playing 2 quality opponents twice. The goal is the top seed hosts, so we want to be regular season champs. We want to host that tournament. I'll be in conjunction with the men's tournament when they host. It'll be one heck of a weekend here, along with graduation.
It's a busy time.
It's going to be a busy weekend.
A busy time. Of course, you're coming off your 2nd straight MAC championship game appearance, capturing the title in 2021. Take us back to 2021 and tell us the feeling.
What a blast. The only downside was COVID, right?
Yeah.
It was a real treat to have those 9 of our 10 seniors came back that year to play again. It was really an awesome experience. They were a fun group. They really embodied what it makes to be a Robert Morris Colonial and what it means to be a women's lacrosse player. They set a long legacy for the future teams. And, you know, last year we were competitive. We were hungry, made it all the way to the end. And then, you know, a little bit of the wheels falling off the wagon. And this group is determined. We're ready to bounce back and finish it off right this time.
Katrina Silva is my guest in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. We're talking women's lacrosse here at Robert Morris University. I want to talk about your team coming back and the season getting ready to start in just a few minutes, but you named your team captains already. Let's talk about that.
We did. Kelsey Nelson and Colleen Tift. Kelsey's another fifth year. That COVID season's still going strong, right? We have a lot of fifth years return. I think that speaks volumes to the kind of kids that we have and that they never really want to leave, which is nice. And Kelsey leads by example. She's such a hard worker. She's passionate about lacrosse, obviously, to come back for your extra year. And I think she really feels some unfinished business from last year.
Sure.
And really puts the team on her back at times and carries them along. And you need a leader by example. You need somebody who's going to go out there and do it right. Colleen is just the vocal, she's the motivator. She keeps everybody going. And that's really a tough role, like especially women, right? We don't really like to be told what to do, but we need.
I'm not.
We don't need, we need somebody to keep us driven and keep us competitive. And Colleen just provides a great energy for us. And I think the two of them combined together are going to be a great leadership team for us.
Sure. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the squad and what it's shaping up to be.
Jamie Keller's back in goal. She was the Defensive Player of the Year last year for the MAC, so that's pretty exciting to have back. She's been battling a little bit of an injury all fall, but I think she's really gearing up now and getting ready to go. We have so many younger players that I think really can contribute. Our whole junior class, you have Lily Haddon, Isabel Robarge, Julie Davies. We have a lot of great younger players that can really complement what we're trying to do, but you have a lot of returners in conference players. You had Colleen Tift, Jordan Anderson, and Jerica Obi were all second team all MAC last year. I think they could really vie for that first team spot. Really talented three. Jordan's great at the draw, right? We need possession in our game. It's not like you get the ball after the other team scores and you get to start. You got to go back and fight at the center again for it. Jordan does a great job for us on that. Jules Cotterwas, Bailey Christensen, all on the offensive end, really, with Lily pushing the ball down the back of the net. And you need a lot of goals in this game. It's hard to win. You don't see a lot of 3-4 lacrosse games. It's all 10-11, 12-13. So you got to have a lot of kids that can put the ball in the back of the net. And then I think we have a really strong defensive unit coming up. And who knows? Katie Kelly's been doing a great job. We're really fortunate. We have a lot of great players right now.
You're getting started pretty soon, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's cold outside.
No, we're good. Well, actually, we might. Ohio State just built a new outdoor stadium.
Okay.
So depending on the weather, right? It's nice to say depending on the weather whether you can play indoors or outdoors.
Okay.
So if it's cold, we'll be indoors for the
So what's the start of the season going to look like? When does it actually get cooking?
February 10th, Friday, Friday night. So if the weather's nice, we'll be outside. I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
And they have a new facility. It'll be exciting to open it. We were the first team to play in the Shoe years ago. We'll be the first women's team to open their new stadium. It's a blast. I love playing Ohio State.
That's good stuff. Talk about tradition, huh?
Exactly. It's a battle.
All right. Let's talk about your predictions as far as the conference is concerned. I know you guys have been there.
Yeah.
You guys have been there, right there.
Yeah.
And what about the conference? I mean, who else is tough?
Central Michigan. I mean, they're with a new coach this year, so that should be a little bit interesting. Youngstown was in the Final Four group last year, and Kent State was in the Final Four group last year. I think all three of those teams really could step up and make a huge dent in our plans, maybe. But, quite honestly, we need to do what we need to do. We need to do it really well, and we need to go back to 21.
Itching to get started?
I'm ready. Today was a great practice. The girls were on fire, great energy. So that's what we need to keep doing. Right now, it's right around the corner. It's February.
Yep.
Starting tomorrow.
Sure is. They're coming up soon. Again, starting in February, it's Robert Morris Women's Lacrosse. Katrina Silva, the head coach of the women's lacrosse team, with us here in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right. Individual tickets for RMU men's and women's lacrosse are on sale now through Ticketmaster. You don't want to miss out on the RMU women's 9-game home slate featuring MAC conference opponents, as well as a marquee non-conference matchup with Notre Dame, as Katrina just told us, on April 16th. The RMU men are defending Atlantic Sun Conference champions, and they're looking to defend their title with 7 home games at Joe Walton Stadium, including a title game rematch with Utah on April 8th. For a complete schedule for both men's and women's lacrosse and the most up-to-date information, of course, just visit the website rmucolonials.com. By the way, RMU Athletics is proud to partner with Dollar Energy Fund and First Commonwealth Bank for the return of the Points for Power program. For every point scored by the RMU men's and women's basketball teams this season, $1 is donated by First Commonwealth Bank and will be matched Dollar for Dollar by Dollar Energy funds utility partners to help local families keep their homes warm this winter. To date, more than $5,600 has been raised to help our neighbors in need. Coming back with more of the Bobby Moe Show. We're talking men's lacrosse next.
Many families in our community are struggling to make ends meet and can't afford their monthly utility bills. They are at risk of a gas, water, or electric service shutoff, which could make it impossible to do even the most basic of household tasks. You can make a difference by making a donation to Dollar Energy Fund. Your contribution will be matched dollar for dollar by Dollar Energy Fund's utility partners, and 100% of all donations will be used to help local families maintain or restore utility services. Help your neighbors in need and donate today at dollarenergy.org.
At First Commonwealth Bank, we're excited to be your community bank, here to help you build greater financial confidence through the everyday moments of life. By supporting local businesses that strengthen communities, to helping families find a house they love to call home, and saving for whatever tomorrow brings. Visit any of our community offices to start your journey to better, or visit fcbanking.com. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, you can win beer for a year, courtesy of Coors Light and RMU Basketball. Take a picture of yourself wearing RMU gear, along with a Coors Light or Coors Banquet, and tag RMU Athletics and Coors PGH on Twitter or Instagram. Win weekly prizes, and the grand prize winner of beer for a year will be announced after the RMU men's basketball game on February 18th. Pick up your Coors Light 30 packs at Moon Beer and Pop for just $22.99. Or enjoy a Coors Light or Coors Banquet at Jailhouse Saloon 52 or The Hangar, or right here at the UPMC Event Center. Must be 21 or older to participate. For rules and more information, visit rmucolonials.com/beer for a year. The red-hot RMU men's basketball team is home for two big Horizon League games this week here at the UPMC Event Center. Tip-off tonight is against Northern Kentucky. It's at 7 o'clock. The first 1,000 fans will get free RMU Red Out t-shirts. That's this Saturday night coming up. The Colonials take on defending league champion Wright State. And the first 1,000 fans will get free Let's Go Bobby Moe bench towels, courtesy of our friends at UPMC Sports Medicine. It's also the annual Hall of Fame game as we recognize the newest members of the 31st RMU Hall of Fame class at halftime. And they are Carvel Anderson, Ken Meese, Nicole Sleeth, and Anna Nikki Stamalamprut. Tickets for both games are on sale now through Ticketmaster at the box office on game day. And as always, there's free parking for all RMU basketball games at the UPMC Event Center. Welcome back to the Bobby Moe Show. Chris Shovlin here with Coach Craig McDonald of the Robert Morris University men's lacrosse team as they get set to start their new season off, as well as it's our lacrosse-themed Bobby Moe Show here today with a background of the UPMC Event Center. Coach, I have to start off by saying what a great turnout it was for your guys on Friday night, being recognized as the defending conference champions, the only NCAA tournament team here from Robert Morris last year, but you guys all got faded out on the court at halftime of the Robert Morris men's basketball game, and it looked like you were having a blast.
Yeah, it's always great to have those guys be recognized for all the hard work and dedication they put in, and obviously, again, great year last year, so it was nice for them to be able to enjoy that moment and have some fun with it, and obviously they're fired up about it.
That's the background. That's history. It's over with, and right now you're looking forward because it's a brand new season about ready to start. And of course, you're in the ASUN, which is a completely different conference than most of the teams here on campus. Of course, we talked about women's lacrosse with Katrina Silva. They're in the MAC, but the ASUN is a completely different animal, and I know it stretches practically coast to coast.
Yeah, a lot of travel, but it's a great conference, great competition. Actually brought in a couple extra teams this year, additional teams with Jacksonville coming in, Mercer, Lindenwood, and Queens, right? So it adds a different dimension, right? Adds in, again, some other great programs. So it's going to be a very competitive league, and we got our work cut out for us.
Who do you start off with this year?
We got our first game, we got our last scrimmage this weekend, and then on the 11th we play at Bucknell to start off. So
okay.
Will be a good test for us. They're always a great team, and you know we'll have to make sure we're ready to go on our end.
I have to ask, and I asked this to Katrina earlier, what's it been like training in this type of weather and then getting set to play in weather that could be as cold as the 20s, maybe the teens, or as high as the 40s?
Yeah, I think it's turned into a little bit of a winter sport, to be honest, right? We play more of our games in that weather than in the sunshine, and if you get a 45-degree day, it's a good day for us, right? So again, we're going to have to train in it because we got to play in it, and our guys they've been great. They've been working really hard, and we've got good leadership and good experience, and we just need to continue to take it day by day, and hopefully we get some more warm days than the cold.
I know the conference coaches got together and voted Utah as the pick this year. Robert Morris is in the top 3. You have any thoughts, feelings on that, or you just want to go out and play the games?
Yeah, no real thoughts. Again, all that stuff is good and great, but we're just taking it week by week, right? And we want to make sure we're getting ourselves better. We had a good scrimmage this past Saturday against Ohio State, great competition. We learned a lot about ourselves, areas that we played well, areas we needed to improve in, and now our goal is just to get better every day, and obviously in our scrimmage Saturday, be the best version of ourselves right now.
All right. I know you have graduate student Owen Down, who is a preseason all-conference at the defensive position, but you're bringing back some returners who are really going to help you, not just Owen. Let's talk about some of the guys coming back this year.
Yep, so we got a lot of good depth. Owen Down obviously was a captain for us last year as well, right? So a 2-time captain coming back, and he's the anchor for us down on the defensive end. James Leary also played every game for us down there. Has been much better, a little bit more consistent, and a little bit more comfortable down there. And Nate Randall's done a really good job in cage. He played for us as a freshman last year. And we've put in some other pieces on the defensive end. We got a graduate transfer from Seton Hill. Christian Crouch has done a really good job. And then we've got a couple freshmen doing well, a couple guys within the program doing well. So we're excited about where we're at in that side of the field. In the midfield, we got a lot of depth, a lot of experience going both ways, playing defense and offense. Will Johansson, Colton Lidstone, and Elliot Holden are all captains for us, and all in the middle of the field, trying to dictate tempo and be able to do a lot what we do. And Taylor Clark comes back at the attack. He's the lone attackman. He's a captain for us as well, and done a really good job. And we got some pieces that to put around him, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to put it all together. And again, every day's, it's good competition, good depth, right? And we'll obviously feel good about it, and we do right now, but it's going to constantly be changing and evolving as we kind of go through it here.
Where's the biggest or best recruiting territory for Robert Morris as far as men's lacrosse is concerned?
We got a large staple of Canadians. Again, I think it's a pretty good pipeline for us. Guys that have been here in the past and have had success. And obviously this playing style that we have, I think it bodes really well for the Canadians, right? Being close to home for a lot of the Ontario guys, right? About 5 hours. And
I know Owen's from Scarborough, Ontario.
Yep.
I noticed that, yeah.
Yep, Tags is from up there as well. So again, I think it's got a lot of appeal because of the kind of box immersion that we play within our offense, and the transition, and again, the hard-nosed style that we play on defense and all over the field. I think it translates to those Canadians and what they look like, and how they want to play. And other than that, I think we're just looking for the right guys for the program. So we get guys from all over the place, and we want guys that play really hard and play tough and play physical style of lacrosse, and want to get up and down and have some fun.
Craig McDonald is my guest in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. We're talking Robert Morris men's lacrosse here today. Take us through the schedule, what it's going to look like once you get started playing those real games. You mentioned you open against Bucknell. What happens after that?
Yeah, so we open up at Bucknell, right? And then we got our first home game would be the following Tuesday, right? A week from after that, we got St. Bonaventure coming to town. So it'll be great to obviously get it home. It's a Tuesday, so hopefully we can get some people out. Hopefully it's not too cold for us, right? And then after that, again, we got some good out-of-conference games, Canisius, Hobart, High Point, and then we jump right into our conference play, right? We got Jacksonville at home for the first ASUN conference game at home. Again, really good team. they bring back a ton. They were very good last year, and again, we're going to have our hands full. So from there on, it's ASUN play all the way through. We hope to be taken care of week to week, right, and being able to play in the month of May, knowing that we have to get a lot better than where we're at right now.
I guess, with the travel schedule, and you mentioned all those teams and all those distances, the guys have to balance, obviously, lacrosse with books. And something tells me there's a lot of studying on laptops in airports.
There is. We get the Wi-Fi going in the buses, and I think our guys are used to it. And again, they're very diligent in terms of the classroom, right? It's one of our core values, and something that we want to make sure our guys are taken care of is the academic piece. And again, we're playing lacrosse here and having fun, and we want to win championships, and we're going to obviously try to do those things, but we want to make sure these guys are successful after they leave the program. So making sure they're grinding, not just out on the field, but in the classroom is important to us.
Absolutely. Craig, it's always a pleasure being with you. Thanks for joining me today on the Bobby Moe Show.
Great to see you, Chris. Thanks for having me.
All right. Hey, don't forget, season tickets are on sale now for both the RMU men's and women's lacrosse home seasons at Joe Walton Stadium. The RMU men open up on February 21st against St. Bonaventure, as Coach just mentioned, and the RMU women battle Bucknell in their season opener on February 25th. Support RMU lacrosse by calling the RMU ticket hotline at 412-397-4949. And for more information, you can always visit rmucolonials.com. That'll do it for the Bobby Moe Show this week. I want to thank our guests, the lacrosse coaches here at Robert Morris University. I'm Chris Shovlin. We'll talk to you next time.